Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Ball. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Ball. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot.
Is that what we're doing? What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment here from LV1Gamer.com. And congratulations, you guys leveled up to 200. This is the double XP podcast. As you guys see, I got some of the OGs with me today because, as you guys know, every 100 episodes, I will bring back the entire double XP panel from old to new, and we're gonna appreciate the past by going forward. And no, they're not frozen. They just be like that sometimes. Tonight, we're talking about Ubisoft, whether or not Xbox, PlayStation, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, who will be buying Ubisoft. Apparently, Zenimax is making a Mandalorian game. And then we're going to also talk about the best games he got to play or see at PAX East 2022. With that, we're going with the introductions. First off, the number one reviewer, LV1Gaming.com. This man gets all the AAA games. He kills it every single time. He spent $2,500 on a PS5 just to break it, and bought another one for $3K because this man got paper. Chocolate, what's going on, brother?
Hey, you know what? I'm just prepared to sit here and just look pretty for the camera today. There you go.
Okay.
Hey.
Next up, my right hand, man, the floor hugger with the hard R.
All right,
There we go.
Better.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Floor Hugger. You already know what it is. We're here to talk some gaming, celebrate 200 episodes. I can't believe it. And just be weird together. And hopefully nobody drops inappropriate memes that gets them sick.
That indeed will not happen. Next up, if your email box is full and your DMs is popping, that's because the communication director, level1gaming.com, is trying to get a hold of you, baby. Baron J67, what's going on, Chief?
I still feel like I got like slight jet lag for some random reason. It's weird, but back from PAX and here to talk about games in 200 episodes. That's 200 weeks. Like, well, gaming.
Now, we're going to get into my OGs. Now, see, as you guys know, I said it before, every 100 episodes, I want to bring back the originators of this podcast, okay? So before I do the introductions, I want to give you guys a quick recap, okay? When we originally started this show, it was not called the Double SP Podcast. It was the Xbox versus PlayStation Podcast. It was really a duke out between me and the king of indies, okay? We had two Xbox-centric gamers and two PlayStation-centric gamers, and we duked it out every week. We had fun. It was family. We laughed and had a good time, okay? With that being said, next up, my light-skinned it brother from somebody else's mother, Mr. Nicodemus X. I'm sorry. What you got to say? What's going on, brother?
Hey, how y'all doing? Man, that takes me back. That intro, man. That intro is classic, bro. Classic, my God. It made my heart like jump, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But thank you guys for having me. Yes, my name is Nico. I'm with What You Gotta Say, representing BTS and Army all day, every day. And it's definitely a pleasure to be here for the 200 episode. I definitely would not miss it whatsoever. This is fam right here for life. So thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Nick, man, I really appreciate you. I say it all the time, and me and Nick met through video games. We wrote at a publication back in the day, and we instantly became family, man. We decided to go and to Buffalo Wild Wings and get some wings and some beer. Yeah. And that's been my brother ever since, man. My kids being born, you know, he one of the few people on this planet I trust with my family. Something that was ever happened to me. That's my brother right there, man. And I'm happy to have you today, my guy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you so much.
Next up, my OG right hand. Man. Ooh. Dirty Diana herself. Mama Cedar, what's going on, girl?
You know what? Mama Cedar done went through some things, you know, and I'm just, it feels so good to be back with you guys. This is like so nostalgic, and as much as I thought I did not miss podcasting, just being here and, you know, just vibing with y'all, I'm like, man, I missed this. I'm missing it. But congratulations on the 200 episodes. Congratulations on the new team. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all keeping it moving. You know, y'all hanging in there. I'll be following y'all. I'll be retweeting. I'll jump in when I can every now and then. But it's just good to be here and celebrate.
You know what, I really appreciate you, man. I'll never forget
Mhm.
me, you, and Nico going down to PAX South together, and just
Oh yeah.
us being able to meet and kind of
Mhm.
chill, you know, and enjoy video games and life.
Yes.
It was a different time, but it was a
Mhm.
great time. I would never you know give up for anything, man. I'm happy that you two were able to join me today, and you know here's to another 100 episodes. Hopefully, I get you guys back again, and you
That's
know,
Yeah.
right.
For sure.
Hey, that was
unfortunately,
that
go ahead, love.
when we were in was it PAX South?
PAX South.
When yeah, when Nicodemus and I played the video games underneath the sheets.
Oh God.
Hey, yo.
Pause.
This is how the show. I'm telling y'all, this is how the show.
No.
What?
No.
What game?
Okay,
What
no,
game?
No.
You gonna give some context?
No.
You gonna give some context?
No.
Was
no,
we
I'm gonna
playing
give some
Knack?
context.
Knack.
I'm gonna give some context around here. Okay, the game is called
What was the
Knack.
thread count?
It's called Knack, but we were not playing together under no sheets. Okay, it was the three of us in the same hotel room playing video games together. Nobody was under sheets though. Okay.
No,
There was
you
nobody
were underneath the
sheets.
sheets. You
Okay,
were underneath the sheets.
okay,
I was
okay.
just
It was
quiet.
your toes
He
out.
was comfortable. My man, he brought his
It was
PlayStation.
my hotel room. It was my bed. Okay, yes. I was in my bed playing video games like any normal human being. Okay? Thank you. And I was playing The Witcher at that time.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
Nico
Yeah.
had it down pat. He brought from home the snacks he wanted. He brought his PlayStation, and
Mhm.
like
Oh
so
my
we didn't
God.
do that. So we was like, end of the night, we went to Nick room because
Yep.
we didn't know Nick
Yep.
had, he was smart. He
I was
brought his own
ready.
PlayStation.
I was ready, bro. I was
And
not about to be
Yes.
bored. I was not about to be bored.
Wow.
Yeah.
It,
That was
That
fun,
was
though.
fun. That was
That was
fun.
fun
though.
weekend though.
it was beautiful times, man. I hate the PAX South is gone. If
Which
PAX
I think I met Mamacita at PAX South. one
Yeah,
year. Yeah.
I think we
But they don't do
did.
PAX South anymore?
no,
It's gone.
It's gone.
Oh.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
Mr. Dosha, naughty Nico.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was again. It was a different time, and
I
don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. Listen.
You guys. Oh, something else. See?
Some things never change. Blame
Oh,
Mama
yeah.
Cedar. That was one of the
Oh,
best
yeah.
things about the podcast back in OG days was them two going back and forth.
Yeah.
The banter was
Yes.
hilarious, man, and that was.
That joint was so fun.
I need
It
to go back
was.
to my old YouTube channel and try to download some of those episodes and upload them, as people can see just how much fun the panel was. And not to bring a great mood down, I just want to give a big shout out to some of the people that we lost over these 200 episodes, because we did lose some people unfortunately that were big parts of this show, and I don't want them to ever be forgotten, that they were a big part of the growth and things we learned as people. And I ain't want to bring the mood down, but you guys
No.
know
Yeah, it's gotta
what
be
it
said,
is.
bro. It's
Yeah,
gotta be said,
indeed,
bro.
man. Because even even though technically wasn't on the show, Kyle, Wood,
Yeah.
he wasn't never on the show, but he was a big part of what we were. We started
Yeah.
this podcast under the Tick umbrella originally, right? And he passed away recently. And then, as you guys know, we lost Demi just recently. I hate that he couldn't be here because he was the shining light of this podcast. And as you guys know, we lost. I heard myself for a second, but yeah, we lost Demi, man. He was a bright spot, of this podcast and of our group. So couldn't go, this through this another 100 episodes without bringing up my brother Demi, who just had a birthday. It was just recently his birthday, so may he rest in power.
Rest in power, yes.
Indeed.
Rest in peace, Demi.
Same thing
Yeah.
to Kyle, man.
Yeah.
Rest in power. But shout out to the people who are watching. You guys are freaking amazing. Do us a big favor. Hit that like button if you have not. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Do not forget to get your gaming news from lv1gaming.com. We're going to jump right into the gaming topics for the day. First up, Ubisoft, one of the biggest publishers, biggest developers in gaming. Whether you like their games or not, whether you think there's a lot of stuff was rinse and repeat. I know they had a recent battle royale game that flopped, that was recently taken down. However, they are a big publisher, a big developer with some of the biggest iconic franchises, which include Splinter Cell, Assassin's Creed, so on and so forth. Well, it turns out Ubisoft is looking to sell. Not too different from Bethesda, Zenimax selling to Microsoft. Activision Blizzard, which is potentially being bought by Microsoft, as you guys as you guys know, the government is kind of looking into that and making sure that Microsoft isn't creating some sort of monopoly by having a chokehold on the highest grossing game every single year, Call of Duty. Okay, so Baron, I want to move over to you and talk about Ubisoft and it being so, because I'm not gonna lie, when I heard this company was selling, I wasn't thinking Xbox or PlayStation. I was thinking Apple. I was thinking Facebook or Meta. I was thinking Amazon. Your thoughts on what we might see Ubisoft go?
My hope, and only because I'm already in the service and I could see them really utilizing it very well with previous titles. Of course, Xbox, like that's just an easy. I feel like it would seamlessly blend into Game Pass, like the same way they did with Bethesda. How, you know, after it went official, you've seen all the classic titles get put into Game Pass, and then as the new stuff starts coming out, it's rolling Game Pass day and date. That would be ideal as somebody who invested into Game Pass. But what I can really see happening is what you mentioned. One of the bigger companies, I'm picking them up. What would be a funny but possible thing, even though they took a big hit, is Netflix going out and picking them up. Because remember, they've been buying devs. That would be an instant way to boost them right back up. Because I mean, for one, I'm subscribed to Netflix, but if I could, you know, they're already going to charge me more. So now you tap in the latest Assassin's Creed game at no extra cost. You know, like I could see that happening, but who most likely will do it? I could see Amazon, like, definitely making that play at Luna. The colors are kind of the same too. The color scheme,
Yeah.
So it wouldn't even be much of a shift.
Mm-hmm.
Nico, I know you doing you listen, and I don't, not to shift, but you work your ass off at what you got to say, man. You're constantly pushing out content, and I know for a fact you don't have time to game as much as you used to, as much work as you put in, because your dedication to, you know, to Army and doing your thing. But your kind of thoughts, I know before, what you got to say, you were the king of indies, right? It was the king, and I've stolen that from you, by the way. You can't have that back.
Really?
Yeah, I've taken that. You know,
You play indie games?
He really has.
He does.
Bro.
He does?
He's
What?
like heavy, like heavy.
Oh,
yeah.
it's a Twilight
I don't
Zone.
think it's him. I think he puts the controller down and lets somebody else.
It must be his
control
daughter or
it,
his
but-
son. Doing
Yeah,
it.
like I think it's them, but
Yeah, or even his wife. I don't
never see him on camera.
I'm the new king of
Okay.
indies. When I go before the pandemic happened, when I go to these conventions, the indie developers, they remember me now. I remember it used to be you. They're like, "Oh, Nico coming." Like, no, he ain't coming this shit. But it's me now, baby. I take that from you. But I like I said, I know you used to play a lot of indie titles. What are your thoughts on, you know, big companies buying big companies? You got any fear that there be any type of monopoly happening in gaming that can kind of send things spiraling?
Big companies buying big companies. Yeah, there's always a fear of a monopoly, because when there's not any competition, you know, the big dog on top pretty much does whatever they want, and they're able to impart any policies that they want. And usually it's really not for the gamers. It's for, you know, as far as them making money, you know, that's really all they're concerned about. And then you have a different quality, you'd have a different variety. And that's one of the things I really do love about like independent companies, like, you know, indie games. It's just so much variety there. Like, you can tell like it's a labor of love. And then when big companies have like this monopoly and they're buying up all these companies and stuff, the love is lost. The love of creating games that translates into us as gamers playing the games is completely lost, you know, and things become very, very generic. And So yeah, it is definitely a fear of mine now to say that it would definitely happen just because these big companies are buying up other like companies. I mean, it's not for sure. It depends on the company that's doing it, but it is a concern, definitely. So,
Mama Cedar, any thoughts on who would you prefer to see Ubisoft sell to, right? Like is it Xbox, is it PlayStation, is it Netflix, like Baron mentioned? Like any you have a wish list, so if they're going to sell and one of these big companies is going to get, like who would you rather see them go to, the court that sort of fits the mold of what they're doing as a company?
I think before Activision Blizzard deal, I would have said Microsoft if they were not in the process of trying to buy Activision, but I kind of take them out now because although I'm not going to say that I fear a monopoly, but I think I do fear, too many having too much control over like the biggest, not just the biggest IPs, but even, the biggest. I just don't want to see one have too much control. I don't think we're going to deal with monopoly because I just don't think our government is going to allow that to happen. I just don't. But if I had to choose, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, y'all going to say, what? Not that I want this, but who I could see becoming a player and no one's really considers them is Apple. And you know why I say Apple? Because, well, I mean, we know Apple dominates on mobile. I mean, they're one of the biggest as far as, I think, as far as making money, it's Apple, and no one really looks at them. But I can see them. I can see them stepping in and saying, okay, we're going to start buying up these publishers or buying up these developers because you know what? We've got a fitting in gaming. And although it's predominantly mobile, because the dynamics are changing, we're in this subscription services. I can see them now coming in and say, okay, well, we're going to own these particular games. And although we'll let them play whatever, wherever, but they've got a subscription service on mobile. What could stop them for that, Ubisoft Plus or whatever, or you play, developing that for console and PC? I don't know. I think they're the silent one in the room, to be honest. But if I had to pick one, that's who I would say. That's who I would go with.
Okay. We're gonna continue discussion. I want to go over to the chat here because y'all know I like to read out the chat, man.
I had to gather my thoughts. I'm sorry, I'm doing things.
And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. We got back when we were talking about some stuff on PAX. Kalkigian says, laughing my butt off. I'm learning some stuff today. Okay, somebody asked Nick if he can fight. That man buff. Look at him, he's swole.
That's Cal Keegan. That's Cal Keegan. That's the fam right there. What's
learning some stuff about you today, apparently.
Oh well, I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I plead the fifth.
Okay. Lots of love
wrong.
for Nico in here, man. Coming through, man. I love you, Nico. That's what's up, man. Look at my man. Look at my man doing this thing. I see.
Thank y'all.
Y'all in the chat coming through, man, for my boy. I appreciate y'all. I'm getting lost in the sauce here. Chocolaka, tell us why you want it to be PlayStation. Go ahead. No,
Yes, I do want it to be PlayStation, as a matter of fact. But let me tell you, let me say this. Like, with Microsoft having Activision and freaking Zenimax under their belt, PlayStation needs a win. Okay, we need to balance things out. If we're talking about the lack of a monopoly or whatever, we need to make sure that IPs are distributed evenly amongst big players. Okay, that's my whole perspective on things. Apple, they do have Apple TV or Apple Arcade, excuse me, and they have their Apple TVs that does play games on the TV, but it's not really a console.
I was like, who's actually doing that?
No one treats it as such. I've seen the demos. I've seen it playing. I've seen Just Dance running on an Apple TV. Nobody cares. Okay, nobody cares. So that being said, I mean, mobile is fine, but I don't even know how successful Apple Arcade is, to tell you the truth. I know that there's some gems that people review well, but who's going out there and subscribing to Apple Arcade and playing these games? You know what I mean? I don't know. So that being said, as far as the Thanos of it all, it's got to be perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So that's why it needs to go to PlayStation.
I like you, Netflix and chill. What's the name again?
Chakalaka, yes.
I like you.
Yeah.
Here we go. Can't you could take the man away from the PlayStation. You can't take the PlayStation out of the
He
man.
makes sense though. He makes sense. I'm just
Of
saying.
course
Mama Cita made
of-
sense too.
Of course,
Mama
he
Cita
makes
definitely
sense to
made
you.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
he's thinking that I'm saying, I mean, we know how Apple does. Apple keeps everything in a walled garden. So the assumption is that they would keep it specific to Apple. But I don't think Apple would do that. I think Apple would be okay with those
Licensing.
services and even subscribing to an Apple product on a console or PC, long as they're making the money. I mean, from where we are, I'm just saying I don't think that's so far-fetched.
Yo, Johnny Man says Ubisoft is pink on the Monopoly board.
Jesus Christ.
wow.
Wow.
Oh shit.
There was another one. It was an arcade. RWK88 says, I don't think anyone really wants copy and paste soft. Ugh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
I mean,
I've never heard that one, but that's a
Wow.
good one.
I mean,
Yeah.
Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed recently has pretty much become. I mean, and I want to switch to Floor Hugger here because Floor Hugger, I know is big on the Assassin's Creed game. Is there a lot of copy and paste going on at Ubisoft, Hugger?
Back, I would say, in the American era, so like Assassin's Creed 3 to probably just after Black Flag, which was Freedom Cry and Liberation. So that like whole colonial era is very copy and paste, and then they took time off. And the problem now that people have with Assassin's Creed is it's not like the older games because Odyssey took a vastly different approach with you could choose your dialogue options, and then Valhalla has continued that, and people don't like it. So I don't know. And then they want to take all their games to be a always open, always online, infinite on game service as kind of thing. So I don't know who would fit Ubisoft best for the future of Ubisoft because I don't even think Ubisoft knows what they want to do with their franchises moving forward. Because they did shut down Hyperscape, but they are working on another battle royale right now.
They are.
And we still haven't seen Skull and Bones. We haven't seen Beyond Good and Evil 2. Like
Those games don't
a
exist.
lot of their stuff.
That still ain't came out.
Exactly.
Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's been like a decade.
He said I was in the gaming
has been a
space when they
Yes. They had a trailer for that, didn't they? Like,
Yeah.
they had
Full
gameplay.
gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah, I remember
gameplay.
that. Oh,
It was like a
my
20-minute
God.
video.
That's how you.
It was a CGI
Yes, it
trailer.
was. There was gameplay.
was gameplay.
There was a full
Yeah.
gameplay.
Full on gameplay.
They were
Wow.
flying the ship around and everything.
I thought it was a CGI trailer for some odd reason.
No,
Okay,
there
right.
was
They
that.
don't know what
Monkey
they
Quest.
want. They don't know what
No.
they want.
That's how you know it's
And they
bad
don't know
when
what they're holding
Nico
on to.
is like, bro, that game didn't come out.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Crazy.
It's
I don't know.
vaporware at this point. Yeah.
those games don't
Ooh.
exist. I mean, those two used to be where Perfect Dark was, but even now with the issues happening with Perfect Dark, I'm starting getting ready to push that back into that Beyond Good and Evil 2 with Skull and Bones. Like, this game doesn't exist. I mean, truth be
Honestly.
told, like I need to be able to get I'm one of those at this point. Like, I need a release date before I believe this game is real. Because we're seeing too many games that get shown off, whether they might be too early or not. Which I know a lot of developers run into the issue. Right, they got a game that's maybe too ambitious for the studio, and the game never happens.
Yeah.
But I think it was Baron who brought up Netflix. Because Netflix said they're going to be releasing a lot more, doing a lot more of gaming at the end of the year. And according to Netflix, it'll be at no additional cost. The problem with that is buying a company like Ubisoft, and we know Netflix is greedy. Y'all not sharing passwords no more.
I'm about to say, bro, no additional cost. They just raised their prices. What are we
Well, that's-
talking about right now?
Yeah.
Ain't no way, bro. No way.
Ain't
Honestly,
no
they've
No
been
way.
creeping up the cost.
Give them a month. Give them a month. Telling you.
Yep.
I'm gonna get an email, and I'm not even gonna be subscribed to. I'm gonna get an email. Watch.
Yeah, man, because I'm at the highest tier and I'm paying like $20-something a month.
Me too.
And-
me too.
Same here.
And with them trying to, do more into gaming, you telling me if they bought Ubisoft, we're not paying now $30 a month?
Yeah,
Like,
you are.
That's a big
Off top.
purchase, right? It's
Off
not
the
on the
rip.
scale of Activision Blizzard, but you're in the tens of billions when you're talking about buying Ubisoft, right? Maybe not
Right.
maybe not the 70 that Activision Blizzard is, and a lot of that's because of Candy Crush, Call of Duty. But you're looking at about $30 to $40 billion. Netflix is cheap as all get out. We're definitely playing, or anything. They're going to add another tier for people who don't want to play video, because you can't justify non-gamers paying $30 a month.
That's right. They probably add another tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Likely.
Yep.
When it comes to Netflix, they're like they don't have the. I don't know if they have the money to do it, because they're always operating at a deficit, because they're constantly reinvesting their revenue into content to the point where they don't actually break even. They always. I don't even know how they're still like negative year over year, but most of their acquisitions for game studios is just mostly indie studios and stuff like that. So I don't think they're gonna go for like some like heavy hitters anytime soon.
And that's what people.
Ubisoft. Oh, go ahead.
No, you good, love. Always.
Oh, oh, stop it.
What a gentleman.
What a gentleman. Okay, looking cute. His beard looking not red today. I like you, fam.
Oh.
Wow, was that a shot mixed with a compliment?
A little
no,
bit.
his beard.
Oh, okay.
It was a pickleback for sure.
Okay.
Ubisoft, their titles have, let's be honest, have been stale for kind of a while. Nobody remembers The Division 2 because nobody remembers
that game and never played it.
Riders Republic. Nobody remembers The Crew 2. Steep. Some of the smaller Assassin's Creed games like China, Russia, India. For Honor.
Oh.
Rayman.
Now, For Honor does still have a bit of a following. I see a lot of people.
It does now. It is turned around. It has turned around.
I give them that.
Breakpoint.
Let them breathe,
The
huh?
other Ghost Recon games.
Take this.
Wow.
Take this. Take this.
He knows
Take
what's
this.
up, bro. Like, for real, dog. For
The one
real.
with John
Here's the problem.
Berthos.
I love Ubisoft games. I love the fetch quest and the back and forth and spending my time. I have like 200 hours in Assassin's Creed Origins, and I will go spend another 200 hours.
The hunting was so
Any day.
perfect in that one.
It was so good. But I'm a weird exception. There's a Mr. Two Opinionated said there's a lot of nothing in those games. But I like that because I just want to turn my brain off and just play a game. I don't want to think about the next move. And Ubisoft is perfect for
Those
that.
games have to
Copy-paste
exist.
Formula.
Those games have to exist. The ones where I don't have
100%.
to read every bit of the dialogue. I can just get in and play and kind of be okay. Those games have to exist. They do.
Yeah, they really
Tiger,
do.
did you play Mortal Phoenix Rising?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh,
But I've heard
that
nothing
was
but good things.
that was absolutely divine.
I just
It
started it.
was
I just
it
started
was
it.
really
Same.
good.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. I mean, I love Ubisoft games too, though.
That
Yeah.
game
I-
and
I
Watch
do.
Dogs 3 went on sale so fast. Like
I forgot
Yeah.
about Watch Dogs 3. Holy crap.
Legion?
Far
Oh yeah,
Cry
Watch Dogs,
6.
yeah.
Hmm.
like the little click, I can see the gears turning in Fame's head right now. Like,
Well,
fuck.
no lie. When it comes to Ubisoft games, I don't buy them day one because within 3 weeks they
They're on
usually go on sale.
Mhm.
Like, and it's no disrespect to the games. It doesn't lower the quality. It's just a trend that happens. Like, it's almost like buying a sports game at full price. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, especially like NBA 2K. I mean, off topic,
Yeah.
but those drop within like 2-3 weeks. They are like before the season's up. It's and then they used to give it away for like $3, but that's a whole different. Yeah.
Don't forget, Ubisoft's biggest title, Siege, right now is on Xbox Game Pass.
And Siege had a
And
big comeback as
Extraction.
well. That game was DOA, and then they made a big comeback. Shout out to Cal Keegan in the chat. Said, Floor Hugger, you need to you need to do ASMR with that voice.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna sign up to be the next Amaranth. So-
Right?
Hey,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait a
now.
minute.
Hold on a second. Hold on now.
want to
Oh,
backtrack.
wrong.
I
Oh,
saw a
Lord.
comment from Jason Max earlier. I believe he had said that Microsoft had just got Bethesda and Activision Business, so he's okay if they're not the team, they're not the group that gets Ubisoft. And I feel the same way. You know, I mind you, being the Xbox guy that I am, you know,
Bot.
No, I'm gonna tell you one reason. Because I'll get all of those games on Xbox Game Pass. The only reason Why I would want to go to Xbox is because I get all those games on Game Pass, and I'd be happy with that.
At what point are all these acquisitions going to be passed down to the consumers and raise it up to $20 a month?
They won't, because see, you're talking. Okay, no, let me stop this right now. Why do people talk as if Xbox is parented by some like broke company? this is
It's Microsoft.
If Xbox operated at a loss forever, it would be fine. You're talking about dollar for dollar, cent for cent, imaginary fund for imaginary fund. One of the, if not the richest company on earth.
So, Daddy
in
Warbucks,
every computer you boot up,
cut the check.
you go to any go to a country, throw a dart on a map, and go to that country and boot up a computer, and what you gonna see?
Pirated Windows.
Bro, but
Still
do you
Windows.
Xbox, if Netflix can operate at a loss, Xbox is more than fine with throwing more games at
And I'm
us
gonna be
in Game
honest,
Pass.
between $15 a month and $20 a month, and you telling me that I get all of Bethesda titles, all of Activision Blizzard titles, all of Ubisoft titles, you charge me extra $5 extra a month? That's fine.
Yeah.
Damn.
Say what you want. That's fine. I have no. Listen, bro. You spent $17,000 on the PS5. You can't judge.
Yeah, you
nobody
did buy
here.
you bought a back corner PS5. It's probably a
Excuse
PS8.
me?
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
How much did he
Yeah.
really spend? How much did
He
really
didn't. He didn't get a receipt. Let's just say that. So he spent
How much
a lot.
did you really spend, sir? these are thousands of dollars. This is thousands or hundreds. What are we talking about here?
Hundreds
Okay,
of dollars.
okay.
This man has dropped a
He-
G dog
He
on him.
spent too much.
Anything after 540 is too much.
Yeah, and that's retail and taxes, right?
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
a receipt, bro. I need a receipt.
Can you write that off on your taxes?
You mess around and buy a PS5.
Is that an expense?
Man, this man got swap meet receipt. It's all.
He gonna mess around, turn it on. You buy from somebody, turn around and say your
Bro.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Hey, bro, wait! It came wrapped in plastic like the Jordans at the swap meet.
Oh no! Oh my
God.
god!
Cord came
Oh my
separate.
God.
That sounds horrible.
Your Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Oh,
It's
that's
desperation.
It says PSZ. It says PZ5.
played Station 5.
Does it play games?
It's played Station 5. This thing has been played. I couldn't do it. I need a box. I need a receipt. I need a return policy. I need all that, bro. I couldn't do it.
I need
Yeah,
somebody to
that's the one
complain
thing
to.
I didn't like is that I couldn't buy a warranty for it. So yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, you a better man. And you know what sucks? I again, y'all know, got an X Series X. I got a Series S. I want a PS5. Just can't get one. Right? I refuse to help scalpers, and I am part of the group that wants to stop scalping by not buying from scalpers. Chocolate is the
refuse
complete
to.
opposite, right? We don't do that here, right? But the part that sucks, the part
months.
that sucks is that credible sources are telling you it's not getting better anytime soon. And it's not just in gaming, it's everything. You want to get a new washing machine here pretty soon, you're going to have issues, right? Car lots are struggling right now because it's
refrigerators.
Exactly. It's an issue that's not going to stop no time soon. So at this point, I need PlayStation to go ahead and put all their games on PC so we can win.
Yep. That's what I'm waiting for.
Put them all on PC day and date. That way I do not
Yeah.
need the box. And and we know for a fact, even though it's about the software, Sony eventually makes money. They start selling at a positive on their consoles. They start first loss, but eventually start selling it as a positive. But if you're not ever selling them, you're gonna always be in that negative. So how can they make more money? Putting the games on PC, because at bare minimum, you can at least sell them for $60.
I can't
$70.
even buy a GPU, so what's the point? I'm just kidding.
But
Oh, Lord.
GPUs are getting GPUs are easier to buy than the PS5 right now.
Shit, hell no.
That's tough.
Not
bro.
really.
No, it's just as bad, if not worse.
It's cheaper to buy
well,
a full
new
pre-built
GPUs
PC than one
GPUs are scalped.
GPU.
That's what I'm saying. The
Pre-built.
pre-built
Thank
PCs.
you.
The pre-built
Oh, yeah.
PCs. You can go get one with a 3060 in it and be just fine.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot
right
about
now.
pre-built. Yeah.
Right now.
And be perfectly fine. So if I'm Sony, forget this whole thing about making people, feel some type of sense of superiority by only being on PlayStation. I put these games on PC, and I continue to make money hand over fist. Because one thing you know about PC people, if the PC gamers, I shouldn't say people, is that the game runs fine, the game runs good, they're going to buy it.
Oh, real quick, super sidebar, taking it back to Ubisoft before we change, because Obis had a serious heavy hitter that I can't believe nobody mentioned. Disney.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, what? They're going adult, bro. You didn't see the Eternals? They was humping on camera and didn't warn nobody.
that did happen, bro. I was not prepared for
They
that.
was full. It wasn't.
I had to cover my
insinuated
kids'
scene. They
eyes,
was
my daughter's
humping.
eyes, bro. I wasn't
They
ready for
was
that.
humping,
Yeah.
like full-fledged humping.
Forgot about that.
That happened. So we living in a day and age where you can watch Daredevil on Disney Plus. Why would
Yeah.
bro?
It's because Disney has no longer in the business of making their own games. They closed down all their game studios like Avalanche and stuff like that. Disney Infinity went kaput, and all they do is license their characters to other studios that exist. So they're
True.
not going to be in the business of buying Ubisoft. They're not going to pipeline. They're not going to add that to their pipeline.
I mean,
Look at you. Look at him being all studious and
yeah, look, he did.
No.
Look at.
He was
Do
like,
you
nah,
see he
he's like,
threw
no,
that out there? He's
he
like,
said, no, I'm
nah.
gonna shoot this down. I'm gonna shoot this.
This is
down.
why you guys pay me the not so big bucks to be.
There we go.
There
we go.
Level 1 gamer.
For 17 cents a day, you too can have you a chocolate on your podcast
17
to bring
cents a
to
day?
bring
Oh,
to bring some
man.
realness. In the eyes of an
Oh my God, no.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Y'all are so good. This is very entertaining.
Oh snap!
God.
Listen. I'm gonna swing it back, and I'm not gonna give Mama C the final word on this topic if you have one.
Really, it's nothing else. I don't think I can. Y'all forgive me because I am multitasking, so forgive me. But
I was like, you put me on the spot.
yeah, yeah,
That was random.
yeah. But it's nothing really more I can add to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add, so we can go on to the next.
Shout out to J
Forgive
Rock.
me.
J Rock in the chat. He says, "Don't worry, Chocolaka does have his OnlyFans. This is true, and we're not going to shame him because you know X work is still work, and he does his thing, selling armpit pics for $79.99 on OF. So that's a thing."
You know what? That can't be fair because Nick is probably making more money than me, so it's not fair.
Hey, Nick buff, bro. Anybody notice how buff Nick is over there?
What Nick are y'all talking about?
You.
You're not talking about
is
Nico.
my man
Okay.
is jacked.
Nico does not make any money, and I am skinny as hell. I don't know. What
Weird
you guys are
part.
talking about.
I just saw
Yeah.
Nick 3 days ago, 2 to 3.
Yeah.
And I just saw him,
2 days ago.
and I don't remember
Yeah.
you being that buff. Maybe because you was in the truck and you was sitting up high. But that man over here swole. Nico
I don't know
been
what
working
you guys are
out.
talking about, bro. Like
Look.
I'm not swole at all, bro. I'm skinny. I'm skinny
In
little
between
guy.
transitions, you see him
If you-
pumping out
if you-
push-ups.
If, Nick, if you can do one pull up, you got me beat. It's over.
I think I can manage half a pull up. I can manage half a pull up.
It's like was it Dragon Ball Master Roshi? Like he looked all normal. He took his shirt off and he was real buff. That's Nick.
Now Master Roshi was buff. I am not like Master Roshi.
That's Nick. Master
I
Roshi.
pale in comparison to Master Roshi. Okay, not at all, fam.
Shout out to the chat. Message opinion said I need tips, Nico, so I can get Mama Cita. Whoa. Hello.
Who said this?
Message to opinion said he need tips how to get buff so he can get
Is
Mama Cita.
somebody crushing on Mama Cita again?
Not bad.
Again.
Every time I'm on a podcast with you, somebody crushing on Mama Cita.
Yeah, he say he need them
I could see it.
tips. He need them tips.
God.
See, Cal Keegan, you
Okay.
buff. Nick, he buff. He ain't gonna admit it. He buff.
Who
He swole.
said that?
Message to opinionated said I need tips, Nico, so I can get Mama Cita.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Whoa.
Some things never change.
Mama Sita ain't multitasking anymore.
All of a sudden, she had
Hey,
attention.
look, hey, wait a minute.
She didn't close out all her little tabs. She control all delete
Video
everything
game.
else. Now she here.
Video game.
She say so what now?
Focus on the chat. Yeah, she woke. She
Look,
woke.
I need somebody.
Hit the angle. Hit the
Look, the hair.
angle.
She did the hair back and everything. Look, she did.
This is my good side.
There we go.
There you
Yeah.
go.
She gonna sit like this for the rest of the podcast.
I ain't gonna stand up. I ain't gonna stand up.
Cal Keegan did a Mamacita is so damn fine.
With the wiggly
There we go.
eyebrows.
Finally,
Hell
it
yeah.
happened.
Oh, okay.
Mama Sita don't have only fans. She got all the fans.
All the fans. There you
All
go.
fans, you heard me?
Make that money. I gotta make that money.
Oh, God damn, I love y'all. Listen, we're going to switch topics here and talk about the rumored Mandalorian game. We had two sources come out today.
Oh my God, there's a Mandalorian game?
That's the rumors that are happening today.
Oh boy, I'm
One-
about to say.
Big grain of salt.
From
Okay.
two sources. One who is fairly new-ish, but has got some things right. The other one has been spot on from Xbox era Nick Special. He's been spot on just by any time you hear he speaks, all right? And he says the original rumor was it's going to be an MMO. Nick came out today and he was like, I heard that was a Mandalorian game, but it's not an MMO. I didn't hear anything about an MMO. So, with that being said, we're going to start with you, Nick. Your excitement about them possibly being a Mandalorian game coming out of Xbox.
My God, I love the Mandalorian, and in fact, I had watched the season again on Disney Plus recently, and I was like, man, is there a video game for this? So I went online to check. Nope, not a video game for it. The closest I came was Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yes.
So I went ahead and bought Fallen Order. I haven't beaten it because I'm not a real gamer, but I was playing it, you know what I'm saying, just to try to get, you know what I'm saying, that nostalgia, that feel for what I was looking for. But oh my God, if there's a Mandalorian game, bro, I might have to cop that. I hope it's not MMO though. I would rather like RPG, if anything, but I'm not gonna play no MMO.
Third person action, over the shoulder action RPG. That sounds more enticing to me than an MMO.
Yeah.
No lightsabers.
Sorry, Johnny. Say no to the Mando MO. Say no to the Mando MMO.
If it's RPG, yeah, I'm copping. Yes, I would have to get that.
Cal Geek can say we wouldn't see Nico for a week, maybe two.
Yeah.
Hey, look, yeah, I had to go on break. I want to edit no videos, not shoot no reaction videos. Just give me a week. Let me just bask in the glory that is the Mandalorian. I'm a huge Mandalorian fan, like for real, bro. So you want to draw me back into gaming? Make that game. Who's supposed to be making it, or who's rumored to make it?
It's supposedly Zenimax Online, which is now
Elder Scrolls Online people.
Yes, basically, you know, Microsoft. It's an Xbox studio, so Zenimax.
Okay,
and that's
so
where
I have to buy an Xbox.
Not necessarily. You got a PC?
PC.
I do not have a PC. I have a laptop. I
bet it run games.
You probably can.
There you go.
I never tried.
At
I have the same laptop
second.
as you. I got the MSI. I got the same one as you.
Yeah, then you good. And plus you got the cloud. You got internet. That's the thing about Xbox, bro.
Oh yeah, XCloud. Yeah.
That's the thing about Xbox, bro. If you got internet, you can run the game 1080-60 on your phone, on your laptop. You're good to go.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just trying to get a job at Microsoft. That's all.
Fame trying to get them kickbacks.
Yeah. I know I've got at least one person to sub to Game Pass by now. That's enough. You know what I'm saying?
Sign me up.
But Baron is with this rumored game and Mandalorian and the Star Wars franchise in general being as big as it is, right? If it's true, do you think it would, for lack of a better word, suffer from any type of exclusivity? Because, of course, if it's true, it's more than likely will be an Xbox PC title. However, there's no telling, a la what the MLB did with PlayStation. It's like, hey, you can make this game, but it got to be on Xbox as well. Do you think if it is an exclusive, would there being a type of hurt because it is such a huge title?
I think so, but it may also boost wherever it is exclusive at. because you got to think it's Star Wars, it's Disney, it's Lucas. Like because of that weight it carries, it's a needle mover, regardless of how good or bad the game will be. And then coming off the heels of Fallen Order, anything Star Wars video game wise is it's trending up. It's worth the dice roll. So I think it'll. I don't think it'll take too much of a hit. But Disney is big enough to where they can be like, hey, we need you to put that over there too.
You say that, but then Disney also controls Spider-Man, and they,
oh, I forget. We do. Well, no, that's
Wolverine.
Sony.
Exactly. And it's only on PlayStation. Spider-Man.
No, but I thought Sony has the rights to.
Sony only owns the movie rights to Spider-Man.
Oh, so yeah, then never mind. It's just going.
And they own no rights to Wolverine.
Hey, look, it's going to just live and die on Xbox and PC, and that's fine.
And that's the same thing kind of people's eyebrows raised because of the Indiana Jones game. People are like, oh, yeah, Indiana Jones which is being made by Machine Games, which is also an Xbox studio, but it was being developed by Machine Games prior to the Microsoft acquisition. Well, Indiana Jones, is that too big of a franchise from Lucasfilm? Somebody correct me. Lucas, right? Yes. Would Lucas do a independent title? But Mama said, I'll come over to you and your thoughts on a possible Mando game.
I saw that rumor yesterday, and there was a whole lot of other things. And I know we're talking about Mando, but I saw all the Elder Scrolls stuff. So I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is just too much too soon. But I don't know. I mean, are you asking, do I believe the rumors, or do I think that if it is true that it's not going to be exclusive to Xbox and PC?
Or just how you feel about it actually being an actual title?
Well, yeah, I think it's something they need. They need a blockbuster. They need something that's going to catch the eye of everybody, from casuals to hardcores to just, everybody. Everybody knows Star Wars, so they need that. And I think that would definitely be, even if it's exclusive to to Xbox PC, I still think it's going to be a system seller. It's going to be a subscription service seller. It's going to be all of that. And then think about it, the marketing behind all of that. That'll be huge for Xbox. Like, Xbox definitely needs that. Sony has Spider-Man. They've got Wolverine coming too. Hey, that's like, Indiana Jones, right now, all that is like, we know it's coming. We've heard about it, but nothing's really come yet. So, yeah, I say, hey.
I do like what she said, because it kind of goes to what Barron says all the time. She said it's a subscription service seller, right? Because to Microsoft, that's a bigger deal than a console seller.
Yeah.
Because again, and someone had a comment, and I do apologize, I forgot your name. I have to go back into the comment section from a previous podcast, and he said to look into some of the new Game Pass commercials because they are pushing the console. I haven't quite seen that. I'm gonna keep my eyes out for that when I see a Game Pass ad. But Mama Cita's right. A subscription service seller, for a lot of people who are maybe not into the Xbox ecosystem or on PC, they're gonna see something like The Mandalorian, which is, you see how hype Nico got, right? And we're trying to figure out different ways for him to be able to play it.
Listen,
for a lot of people, that's gonna be big for them.
Yeah, y'all know I don't really do the fanboy stuff. I don't really, but every now and then I'll, But I remember I was having this conversation on Twitter, and one of the Sony hardcore fans was like, everybody knows about Wolverine, because we were talking about why Xbox fans couldn't be hyped about Starfield, yet Sony fans can be hyped about Wolverine. But their defense of that is, well, we know Wolverine. We know about Wolverine. It has a huge following. Everybody knows. So that's why we can be hyped. Okay, well, all right. Okay, well, Mando, it's okay, everybody knows that story. Everybody knows Star Wars. They already got a series on Disney Plus. So yeah, it can help counter that.
There would be a lot of hype behind this game. And this is something, because we know summertime is coming. And with E3 not being a thing no more, may it also rest in peace. Because it's dead at this point, right?
You think it is?
Oh, it's done. It's
I don't know.
That's
it's
sad.
Oh, don't say that.
I
That's
think it's done.
tragic.
I really do. And I think what Jeff Keighley's doing and what some of these other companies are doing, I think it's kind of taking its place. But could you imagine the hype behind that and possibly like Indiana Jones being shown at the Xbox showcase in June? You're gonna have people who are into those type of franchise trying to figure out, like I said, was doing Nico, how can I play this game? Because I'm not gonna go out and buy an Xbox. I don't want to buy an Xbox, but I want to play this game. What can I do? Well, sir, you can get on your PC and for $1 a month.
They need to pay this man.
$1 for 3 months your first time. Hey, listen, I'm trying to get this ad. Hold on, we got to play an ad really fast. Hold on. Listen, but seriously though, those type of games, The Mandalorian, Indiana Jones, those are subscription service sellers. So people who like Nick, have you ever been subscribed to Xbox Game Pass?
No, I had like a free trial once before.
But if I told you The Mandalorian about to drop on Xbox, but you can stream it on your PC for $1 for 3 months, who wouldn't do that?
Oh, absolutely.
And
if I want to play it and it's only $1 for 3 months, yes, absolutely.
It sells itself
without question.
It sells itself. Subscription service seller.
Yes.
And just like most people,
But Nicodemus probably won't do what 3 of my sisters did. They signed up for it, and after 3 months, they kept it and didn't realize they still had it, and they've had it ever since. And then they end up still liking it. Yeah, but then they end up liking the service. But Nicodemus, after your 3 months.
Oh yeah, if I'm done with that game by then, can't cancel. Cancel.
Well, you can't be done with an MMO, but
that's if I'm done with the game. If I'm done with the game, if I'm not, then I'm gonna keep.
Please, sweet baby Jesus, let BTS make a game that's exclusive to Xbox and PC. So Nicodemus,
you are really selling
for Nicodemus to be forced.
Microsoft salesman right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Get this man.
Let them make a BTS.
Just imagine like a Just Dance style BTS game. You don't think BTS Nicodemus
games, like on mobile and stuff, but like a full-fledged game?
I'm talking Just Dance style. Oh yeah, Nick could be subscribed.
That's actually true to BTS. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually backed by Hive labels. Yes, absolutely. I'll be on board for that.
Listen, I'm Xbox. Pay me. I'm trying.
I can't stand this man.
I can't.
If a game comes out on console, bookmark this day because I want to get paid. I want to get paid for the idea, and Nick had me executive produce on those episodes because I brought it up. So just letting it be known.
He said I want bylines.
Names like he don't like to dream about getting paid.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Oh snap! Dallas is in the building. Yes, sir. Cut Fame a check. I'm trying to get paid, baby. That's all.
What up, Dallas? I miss you, bro.
Hey, y'all in the chat. Y'all see Dallas, man? He is a new father. His baby girl was just born here recently. Sweet baby Aria. So give that man some love. He is a new father. Welcome to Parenthood Club, brother.
That's a beautiful name, Aria. That's a beautiful name.
That is really pretty.
Really happy for my guy, man. Shout out to you. I know you're gonna miss some sleep for a while, and it's what you get.
Dallas.
But congratulations, my guy. Floor Hugger. Before we shift on, your thoughts on the Mandalorian game. Was this something you think that can possibly be real? We got some real sources saying that this is a thing.
I mean, everything could be real. Anything can be real. Life of Black Tiger is a game too, so don't forget. Anything can be real. But Johnny brought a good point. If it's made by Zenimax, it's either going to be an ESO clone or it could hurt the already running Star Wars MMO, Star Wars The Old Republic. That is still going, still very popular, been around since like 2014 or something, like even longer than that, I think. So, I don't know. Star Wars is trending up. Star Wars will always be popular. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that because not a lot of people enjoyed Squadrons. But it was still a decent game. But Star Wars, yeah, it is what it is. It doesn't need to be an MMO because that's just pressure of running an online service. Make a decent RPG with Mando, and I think that'll be better than an MMO, in my opinion.
If it happens, and I know we've built a pretty good relationship with Bethesda and Xbox over the last couple of years, and Chakalaka, you will be the one reviewing the title, so you got the last word on your excitement for a possible Zenimax Mandalorian game.
Look, all I know is that there needs to be a Grogu story mission or like a really good, like you can't waste that. Like if anything, if it's or this when it comes to story missions, I'm thinking like like a Joel and Ellie relationship. You got Mando and Grogu, kind of good, some story vibes there, right there. That's just it writes itself. I hope they don't fuck it up. That being said, all this talks of exclusives such as Indiana Jones, possibly this Mandalorian MMO, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. Man, Disney is eating, like straight up. Like if you think about it, yeah. All four of these things: Star Wars, Marvel, and like that. Indiana Jones, Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And all they do is
Like
put out a license.
That's what I told you. That's what I said there. Said Baron earlier. Yeah, they just license everything out, and then they get a fat check. And so there you go.
Big grain
Disney
of salt.
has done a lot of tie-in games, though. Even the last, I think Dark World even had a tie-in video game to it. So there's still video games being made for a lot of Disney franchises. They're just shit games. That's the problem.
The biggest or the smallest grain of salt. There's also a rumor of Roundhouse Studios, which is another Bethesda Xbox studio, is possibly making a PvPvE Marvel game as well. So Disney's eating. Like, give us all the games, bro. If they're good, we'll play them. That's the one thing about us gamers. If the game looks good, especially the superhero games, I still need me a nice proper next gen X-Men game. I need that. Let it happen. Listen, this next section is going to solely be for Baron J67, who just returned back from Boston, being at PAX East 2022. And I got a simple question for you, B. If you can, on top of your head, what were the best games that you saw or were shown that people should be looking out for? First off, if you guys go to lv1gaming.com, I'm gonna put it in the chat. lv1gaming, I can't type.com. Right, we got lots of articles that are going up from a lot of the games that were from developers that Baron and Knuckles interviewed out there. Right, Baron, what games from PAX East should people be excited for that's coming up?
I think the one that you're going to hear the most noise about, and I believe it's going to be almost to the level, and this may be heavy because it's a quote unquote deep RPG, but to the level of, I can't believe I forgot the name. The game's called WrestleQuest.
Oh, and Don, shout out to Don in the chat. He just said that.
WrestleQuest is going to be what was that game where you were fighting through Hades? I think
what was that game you're fighting through Hades?
I think WrestleQuest is going to be, when it launches, that time frames Hades. I really believe it's going to be that big of a game. You have iconic characters such as like Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant. I want to say it was like one voice actor who played a lot of the different wrestlers, but they have all the rights to those people, and so they're going to be there as they are in outfit. It's not like it's supposed to be Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, no, that is Macho Man Randy Savage. But what's so dope about it is it's a pixelated wrestling adventure RPG with classic RPG combat.
Oh, I'm with that.
So it's a mix of classic RPG combat with wrestling moves, and there's a whole story where you're taking your character from like amateur to world wrestling champion, and then it mixes in some like quirky stuff, and it's all pixel art. So for me, the reason why I push so heavy with pixel art is because it's so timeless. You go back and you can pick up just about any pixelated art game, and it's gonna look well at any point in time.
Yeah,
it's the spiritual successor to Punch Out. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, I want to say it's right,
I'm just kidding.
No. Well, there was another game that the same developer. It was called World Boxing Manager 2. But That's similar to, but whatever. So that one, I think WrestleQuest is, and then crazy enough at PAX, it was in the corner, a hidden gem. Like it was off away from everything else in a very small area. 2 chairs, 3 monitors, small. If you guys have been to conferences, especially like PAX or GameStop Expo, like it's one of the. It looks like it belonged in the artist alley. Like that's how small the area was. But seriously, that was the hidden gem of that whole of all of PAX.
I see people in the chat saying this. People are saying Game Pass day one. Is it?
It's possible. I didn't catch that.
Yo, that's dope. If it's
if that's the case, I promise. I really believe that game, and it's going to be on most platforms.
Yeah,
like it's seriously going to be that game. I think for the nostalgia factor of having all the classic wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. Come on, you got Macho Man Randy Savage on the corner, and then you got come on. Now, outside of that, you got Dolman. You have shout out to Prime Matter. You got
Dolman is the Souls game, right?
Yeah, it's the Souls game with like a Lovecraftian horror, cosmic horror aspect to it. And we got to interview the developer. Shout out to Gabriel over at Massive Game Studios, Massive Work Studio. And what's so wild is I was like, as soon as I hear Lovecraft, I'm like, tentacles. It's about to be tentacles like crazy in that game. And then, but check this out though. The shooting, because he ran like it was random when he mentioned it. He was like, "Oh yeah," and mix in a little Mass Effect, and I was like, "What are you talking about? How do you mix Mass Effect into all of these different genres?" And when you start shooting, so they're shooting in the game, and when you shoot, it instantly looks and feels like Mass Effect. And I was like, "Holy crap!" It was just a dope tie-in. And then for me, I'm a sucker for Last Order Crew. I played the demo like 6 months ago, and then they just re-released another demo back in February. And now they previewed that game. Cult of Lamb, the Binding of Isaac, Devolver style game. That you've seen so many people at PAX walking around with the Cult of Lamb hats. Like everybody had joined up with the cult. That art style is timeless. Yeah. And people, it's not my cup of tea, but I just know it's gonna take over, and that's what everybody, like Nobody Saves the World, Binding of Isaac, like it kind of in that realm. I'm trying to think. Oh, Deadcraft. It's Deadcraft from XC Games. Keep an eye out for it. You get to farm your own zombie army. Like literally, not just go out and farm for them. Like, no, you grow your zombie army. It's a mix of base defense along with relationship building, open world combat. It's like a top down. Look up Deadcraft. Definitely going to be another game. So those are the ones that stood out to me. But I think out of all of them, WrestleQuest is going to make the most noise. WrestleQuest for sure.
I do want to apologize. I didn't realize the meme box wasn't up and running, but it is up and running now. I do apologize. But listen, you guys know at the end of the show, we like to do one thing in particular, which is give suggestions. So if you guys in the chat from this point out, I'm gonna mark myself so I can read these out. Linko64, shout out to Kyle the Kangaroo. Is it KO?
It's KO. There's a whole story behind that. So basically, because of the region it was made in, and the pronunciation. So when most people read it in most regions, they read KO or Kyo.
Yeah.
But it's pronounced KO. But,
that game I'm looking forward to. I get those.
It's fun.
What's the Crash Bandicoot type vibes from that game, right? That game looks super dope. But like I said, we are at the end of the show. So one thing we do like to do is give suggestions of what you guys should watch and or play for the week. If you are in the chat, drop those down below, whether it's a video game, an anime, or a movie. Drop it in the chat.
What up, Sean?
I will be reading those out with what you guys drop in the chat. I'm gonna go over to my panel as we do the suggestions. So I'm gonna start with you, Chocolate. What do you suggest for people to watch and or play for this week?
I'm gonna just go ahead and, like I said, I usually keep it to the movies and what's coming out this weekend. The only thing that I see that's even worth looking into is apparently, I did not know this, but a Liam Neeson movie is coming out called Memory. So I guess it's another one of those action like movies, like in the vein of Taken or whatever. But you know, yeah, cool. Why not? It looks like he plays an assassin for hire in this. Just looking at this quick description. So, Memory in theaters this weekend.
Kev Talk Games in the chat says Ocarina of Time. I can never say that right. Ocarina of Time. You guys should go check that out. Jason Max, peace out, brother. Thanks for coming through. Baron J67, what suggestion you got people to watch and or play for this week?
I know it didn't have the absolute best ending, and most great shows don't have great endings. But I'm rewatching True Blood with my wife.
Okay.
And because she's never seen it, and it still holds up. It Suki Stackhouse. Stackhouse. No.
You took me back to a different time, Baron. Damn.
Bon ton. No, but it's for those who don't know, True Blood is basically mythical creatures of the world have always existed in this universe, and they come out after vampires reveal themselves to all of the world because a Japanese organization created synthetic blood that vampires are able to mainstream and go and come out into the public with. And you get to see the politics, and of course it has like a whole like murder and drama and love story, but you really get to see the politics of how it would play out if monsters came out into.
It ended awfully.
It ended horribly. I hope my wife doesn't hear me, but it ended horribly. But what's crazy is I think the best part was the marketing. I always recommend people go back and watch the old marketing before the show come out because HBO did real life type documentaries to a point where people thought it was real, that vampires were real. It was like real heavy duty like news, and it was crazy.
It was like a Blair Witch Project style.
But but like realer, like
real.
More real.
Somehow.
More really real. No, but I'm sorry.
I'm gonna read some of these shots. Cal Keegan says Breath of the Wild, Zelda for the win. Dan is in the chat. What's going on, Dan? He says Nobody Saves the World. It is on Game Pass and it is very good. Mini 80 says watch Moon Knight and play Research and Destroy, which is also day one on Game Pass. Ryan says keep up the great work. I suggest the game Judgment on PS5 or Xbox to watch. You guys and gals need to watch Better Call Saul final season. Better Call Saul's coming to the end. Okay. I don't want to miss no more. Flames says his. I think I went too fast. I lost the message. Flames, where'd he go? But
so Yeti
but
said
you saw
Doctor Strange this week. Yeah. Flameser said
Anohana. I see it now. I see it now. Cupcake Brit says, Hi Nico.
Hey, Nico.
Or as we know, he gonna always be Nicodemus X to me. But what's up?
That's right.
Always. Johnny Man says, play No Man's Sky, be a space pirate. Mr. To Opinionated says, Moon Knight. Dragon Hayobi's in the chat. It says, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, Nuff said. Guardians of the Galaxy, Whisper Trip, and Godfall. Peace, love, and life. Everyone keep up the great work. Hey, man, thank you for coming through. And he also says, Queen Flow Hugger, and says some roses. I see you. Mr. Dosha says, Moon Knight, I have mixed feelings. I'm going to watch the new episode tonight, if not tomorrow, before the next show. Let's see. Cal Keegan says, I enjoyed the TB books, but wasn't hot on the show. Mr. Dosha says, Halo, though. I'll move over to you, the Floor Hugger. What do you suggest for people to watch and or play for this week?
So to play, I'm gonna say take 2 games that you abandoned in the middle and just go finish them. Like I have to go finish Outriders and Scarlet Nexus. Just go finish 2 games. Don't start anything new. Just go finish 2 games that are in your backlog that have been sitting for over 2 months and just go finish them. You probably have less than you think left in the games. And to go watch, because I've been having a good giggle, go watch Jackass Forever because it is weird to see all of them.
They're all
still doing the
old
same
now.
dumb stuff. Yes.
Oh my God. I was in theaters when I watched that movie and I almost vomited. Like, I was like, it made me gag. I was like, I just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
the same Jackass 20 years later, and I love it.
yeah, if it's on Paramount Plus, if for anyone who's subscribed there you go. There's the plug.
Mm-hmm.
Mamacita, where you been trying
Playing
to
under the
reach?
sheets.
Whoa, yeah, whoa.
Hey,
Mom,
Don
Mamacita,
said it, not me.
do you have a video game, anime, or movie for you would suggest for people to watch and or play for this week?
Hmm.
Oh
I'm gonna
snap!
say.
Sorry.
What? Did
Sorry,
you fart?
no.
He saw the little dog.
Oh.
Sorry, Mama. Sorry,
We're
Ma. I got
easily
excited.
distracted out here.
Yeah,
You
squirrel.
farted on camera or something. Forgot to mute. Okay.
Sorry, Ma. Go ahead.
All right. No. I'm gonna go with. They released Elder Scrolls Arena and Daggerfall on Steam, and they're both free to play. They were released today because they're closing down BattleNet.
Mm-hmm.
So that was released today. Also, I don't really have an anime or show that I want to recommend, but Life is Strange True Colors. I completed it a couple of weeks ago. If you have not played that, please. The story is oh my God. It's gonna pull you in. The writing was superb, and I would recommend that. Also, for those in the chat, and if anybody want to give me some recommendations, I rage quit Elden Ring. I don't know if anybody saw. I uploaded a video clip a couple of weeks ago, and I rage quit because I was out farming, trying to level up, and I opened up a chest, and I was teleported to Khalid, and I had to try and fight my way out, and I was seriously overpowered. I lost 40,000 runes, and I was terribly upset, and I just rage quit, and I haven't picked it up since. I'm gonna go back, but I know this isn't about recommendations, but I'm really asking the chat and anybody else on Twitter if you have any
Help
recommendations because I was doing so well, but that just made me so mad that I lost 40,000 runes because I was teleported just by opening up a chest and I get sent somewhere where I am super overpowered. So if y'all have any recommendations for me, like help me get back into that game, I'd appreciate it.
I'm gonna get it.
Because huh?
Get Magic Arcane.
This poor woman.
You'll never see me play that game. I don't have enough patience.
But I actually like it. I like the game, but if I'm going to work that hard to try and level up and gather runes, I just don't feel like I should be penalized for it after I do it. That's the only
You're gonna have to play with mods or something else. That's what that game is built for, is to hurt.
Shout out to Mr. Dosh in the chat that says watch Snowfall. K-Pop Dad says howdy K-Pop Dad.
Hey, K-Pop Dad.
Kev says glad to see Nick back here indeed. MCK, hey, what you gotta say? Nico, Mama see the fire. You know this. Oh, you know who this is. Sorry. Any more suggestions in here? Mr. Dosh,
Mr. Too Opinionated. I think I do know who that is.
Ooh.
Mr. Dosha says playing Scarlet Nexus. Don back to the sheets. Cal Keegan says Pixel. And let me see if any more suggestions in here. Nope. All right, Nico, you get the last word, my brother. What do you suggest for people to watch and or play for this week?
So to watch, I do agree with Snowfall. I just finished I think it's the final episode of the season. Yeah, that show is exceptional, bro. Exceptional. Also, I do watch a lot of K-dramas. So if you're into Korean dramas, or if you are interested in getting into Korean dramas, it's okay not to be okay. It's a really good one, Mamacita. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. King's Affection. Oh my God.
Okay.
King's Affection was so good.
Mamacita's a real one. I haven't watched that yet.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch King's Affection. Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
yes.
That's what I'm talking about. See, this makes me happy.
Yeah.
So those two I definitely can recommend. Also anime wise, I've been kind of like off and on watching Hunter x Hunter. And I think that's the latest anime I've been watching, but I do try to keep up with my anime because I do love those. Now, as far as playing, I haven't been playing much, but I will give you guys some advice or recommendation on what to listen to. That would be BTS, aka Bangtan Soyeon. So they are my favorite group in the world. In case you ain't known, I'm like a big BTS fanboy. So if you don't know about them or you haven't checked out any of their music, I would recommend you check out songs like Mic Drop. Those are some of the songs, or that's one of the songs that kind of like is like a gateway drug almost. It's gonna make you really curious about this group, I promise you. So check out Mic Drop. Also, there's another song called Fake Love as well, another gateway drug type of song. And one of their newest albums, which is a well-rounded album, is called Map of the Soul 7, which I thoroughly enjoy. And I think that's something that anybody can jump into and really catch the vibe very, very quickly. Don't be concerned about the language barrier because music has no barrier whatsoever. Just let it speak to your mind, your heart, and your soul, and everything else is just gonna follow. I promise you. So give BTS a chance. So that's my recommendations for the show. And that's all I got.
He's not lying because he had me on and put me on to V, and I listened to Singularity for at least a month straight. That's all I listened to. Yeah,
you did.
Like I had that thing on repeat. Like I did not know. Looking at that man, that he would have such a soulful voice. I did not see that coming. I jammed out that thing for like a month. That voice, like you didn't. It was unexpected because I knew nothing about BTS or the culture. I didn't know anything, so I went in blind. And Nico was like, "I know what you're gonna vibe to," and he put me on. I was like, "Yo, this is it."
See, and that's a good testament right there because BTS is so many genres in one. Like you really can't go wrong. Like you're gonna find something within BTS that you like. I promise you. So give them a chance.
Question, Nick, did you go and pay to go watch that movie, the concert movie in theaters?
Oh yes, I actually did.
Inferno.
I did. You know about that? Shout out to you. Shout out to you for knowing about that. I actually did. That was they live streamed that from Seoul, Korea. So I went in there, checked it out. Had a great time. That was my preparation for the actual concert that I went to in Las Vegas recently. Which was a completely different experience. I could literally take up the rest of the time on this podcast talking about that concert, but I ain't gonna do it. But the best experience of my life, you know what I'm saying? So yes.
Indeed. Hey, listen, man. I want to say shout out to the chat for you guys being active today, man. I see y'all in here. Kyle Giggins saying Goblin, yes, represent. It's the same fame. Yes, that's me. That's me. I definitely would love to come back and do another show. Nico put me onto another song that I'm a play on repeat. For a month straight. You find it, and I'll make sure that I don't listen to it because I love having that real raw reaction with you. You can kind of put me on to help me, educate me, help me understand. I love that about being on your show, man. But
that's the best. That's the best.
Indeed, man. Shout out to the chat for everybody who came through and rocked out with us, man. For episode 200, we had another hell of an episode. I think the pre-show. We gotta start recording the pre-shows to these things, man, because we had a ball in the pre-show, and I hate that you guys didn't get to see that stuff, but I would definitely, maybe not ever record it because I think that the reactions and the things that are said pre-show wouldn't be the same if we recorded it, but it just showed you how much, even though we're going from the past into the present, this show has always had some amazing personalities that have done some amazing things in their own rights, in their own spaces. And I think this is one of those shows, as we continue to grow, man, no matter who we bring on, they seem to mold themselves to, to what we're doing here. And everyone's personalities always seem to match up. Again, rest in peace to my brother Dizzy. Rest in peace to my brother Demi. Rest in peace to my brher Linwood, who unfortunately couldn't be with us here, man. Hopefully, when we get to the next 300 episodes, we'll have Krunker here, who unfortunately couldn't make it today. But I definitely want to try to get as much as the panel together, past and future coming together and just having a great show. We got the beautiful ladies here, Floor Hugger and Mama Cedar, looking all good and shiny. Nico buff as hell. Baron's my right hand man. Nico rich is all, not Nico, Chocolaka rich is all get out, man. And I just love this panel and love this team. Listen, with all of that said,
oh, sorry.
No, you good.
I saw the doggies.
She saw the little doggy.
Now she get why I had the reaction earlier.
That's why he had that reaction.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Listen, with all of that said, congratulations. You guys leveled up to 200 Man, that felt good.
Yay.
200. This was the Double
Yes.
XP podcast.
Yay.
Make sure you guys get your game news from lv1gaming.com. The next 100 episodes will be a blast. Mama C and Nico, we see you guys in 100 episodes.
Yes, we'll be back.
Come back and hang out with us for sure. Everyone
Sure.
watching, man, you guys stay blessed, stay healthy. You guys have a great one. And
Bye,
we're out.
chat.